You're walking down a crowded street. Someone collapses 10 feet ahead of you. Dozens of people are around. You wait a second. You look around. Nobody else is moving. So you don't move either. That's not coldness. That's not cruelty. That's something far stranger, and it's wired into you. Your brain is running a calculation right now that you don't even know about. It happens in a fraction of a second. It happens every time you're in a group and something goes wrong. And it has a name. Psychologists call it the bystander effect. The more people who witness an emergency, the less likely any single person is to help. Sounds backwards, doesn't it? More people should mean more help. Safety in numbers. But that's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. This story starts in New York City in 1964. A young woman named Kitty Genovese was murdered outside her apartment building. News reports at the time claimed dozens of neighbors heard her cries and did nothing. Some of those early reports were later found to be exaggerated, but the case caught the attention of two psychologists, and what they built from it changed the way we understand human behavior forever. Their names were John Darley and Bibb Latané, and they wanted to know something simple. Why does a crowd of witnesses sometimes produce zero helpers? So they built an experiment. Participants sat alone in a room, believing they were having a conversation over an intercom with other participants. In reality, the other voices were recordings. During the conversation, one voice would begin to have what sounded like a seizure. Choking, gasping, calling for help. Here's the twist. Some participants believed that they were the only other person listening. Some believed there were two other people listening. Some believed there were five. When participants thought they were the only witness, 85% left the room to get help. Almost everyone acted. But when participants believed four other people could also hear the emergency, that number dropped to 31%. Fewer than 1 in 3 people moved. Think about that for a second. The emergency didn't change. The sound didn't change. The urgency didn't change. The only thing that changed was how many other people they believed were also listening. And that alone was enough to silence most of them. Why would knowing other people are present make you less likely to help, not more? Darley and Latané identified two forces working together inside your skull. The first is called diffusion of responsibility. When you're the only witness, the responsibility to act sits entirely on you. There's nowhere for it to go, but the moment you believe others are watching too, that responsibility splits. It gets divided up, quietly, without you even deciding to divide it. Your brain tells you someone else will probably handle it. Someone more qualified, someone closer, someone braver. Multiply that thought across a crowd of 30 people, and you get 30 people each assuming the other 29 have it covered. Nobody has it covered. The second force is even stranger. It's called social proof, and it's older than language itself. Your ancestors survived by watching what the group did before acting themselves. If everyone around you suddenly ran from the trees, you ran too, no questions asked. If nobody around you looked concerned, that was information. It meant the danger probably wasn't real. So in a crowd, when something ambiguous happens, you don't just look at the event. You